Hello friends, welcome to Learn Java. Today we will learn how to download and install applications for Java development. For example, if you want to have a RESTful web services developed, you need to have a few apps or softwares installed in your system. That will be an IDE which you will be using for your coding purpose. The second one will be the database related software. We are using Oracle SQL developer for that, and then third one will be your testing related software, that will be Postman. So by using Postman you will be testing your end-to-end APIs. So yeah, so for IDE we will be using STS. STS is basically an IDE which is integrated development environment, and the full form of STS is Spring Tool Suite. We will be using version 4 of that. It is used for developing Spring based application. Basically it is Eclipse based environment which is customized for the development of Spring applications. So in STS we can have two type of project, like Maven or a Gradle type of project. Maven is basically pure Java language based software, and Gradle is for Groovy based domain specific language project. So in Maven we will be having an XML file for the project structure, while in Gradle we will be having a domain specific language which will be a Groovy based language for the project structure. So let's move on to the downloading and installing these softwares. So the first one is STS, the second one is Oracle SQL developer, and the third one is Postman. So for downloading these, we will be going to the Chrome. So in the first one I have typed SQL developer. So we are getting a few links here in the Google page. I will be clicking on the first one, which is Oracle SQL developer downloads. So here you will be getting multiple options, like for Windows 64-bit, Windows 32-bit, then Mac, then Linux, and other platforms as well. So I have clicked here on download. I have already downloaded these, since it will take a few minutes or few seconds to download based on your internet connection. So I have clicked on the first one and I have downloaded the first one in my downloads folder. So this is my SQL developer which is downloaded. So for the installation of this, I have extracted this while clicking the right click on this and click on the extract all. So this is my extracted folder for SQL developer. I will go in that, then SQL developer. Here I am seeing multiple folders I have, and a application file which is SQL developer. So if I double click on that, that will be automatically installed and the Oracle SQL developer will be opened. The alternative for Oracle SQL developer is DBweaver, which is a lightweight software for same purpose. So we can use that as well if you want. So for downloading the DBweaver, you need to type DBweaver download for Windows. So you can click on the first link you got, that is dbware.io.download. You will go to the download folder, and then here same for the SQL developer, you have multiple options, like for Windows, for Mac, for Linux. You can download the exe file or the zip files. So my SQL developer is open. When you will start working on the project, you will see your database schema here, or you can add a new connection. While click on this plus button, you can type your schema name, you can add username, password, your host name, which is basically your IP, the port on which you want to run this database, and the SID, which is XC already. If you have a specific service name, you can choose a service name. You can test your connection while clicking on the test, and if test status is success, then you can connect. So we will be seeing the connection and all these things on when we start developing the application. So yeah, I will click on cancel, and this will be, I will close this for now. Okay, this is closed. Same for the STS. I have typed here STS download for Windows 64-bit. If you have a 32-bit or Mac, you can type accordingly. Here I am seeing multiple links. I will go on the spring.io.tools. Here I have a projects link in which I am seeing Spring Tools 4. I will click on this. Here, as same as the SQL developer, I have multiple links for Linux, Mac and Windows. So I have clicked on this. So this is being downloaded, which I already have downloaded in my system. So I will cancel this. I will go to my downloads folder. Here I already have this Spring Tool Suite 4.17.0 release, which is a self extract. So when I double click on this, this was extracted it by itself. So I will go in this folder. Here I have multiple folders and a few files, and I have one application file. If I need to open the application, I will just double click on that. It will ask me to set up a workspace. I have already set up a workspace as desktop and workspace. If you want to have your customized workspace or default one you want to have, you can click on browse for the customized, and you can make a folder wherever you like, and you can browse that. So I will just cancel it, and I will click on this use as this default and do not ask again, and then launch. Before launching, as you can see here, we have recent workspaces as well. If you have multiple workspace for different purpose and you have opened those workspaces recently, so that will show here. So I have already set up this workspace and opened it, so it's showing here, which I already have in the path. So now I will launch this workspace. So STS is being opened. So yeah, this is open. So here I have multiple options, like for creating a Java project, new Spring starter project. I have for Spring import or creating a project or import a project. So yeah, and the last one is Postman, which you will be getting for testing your APIs. So I have typed here Postman download for Windows. You can type accordingly, whatever the operating system you have, according to that. Here also we have multiple links, and I will go to the first one, which is www.postman.com and downloads. Here also I am having option like Windows for 64-bit. So if I click on this, exe file will be downloaded, which I already have downloaded in my system. So for that I will go to the downloads folder. This is the file for Postman. I will just double click on this. It's getting installed in the system. Yeah, so as you can see, you have a URL for API, then you have that HTTP method. It's a delete, get, post, patch, or whatever the type of method it has. And you can, if you will, when you will be testing your APIs, you will be pasting your URL here, the path, and you will be clicking on the send. As for the input parameters, you have here params, authorization, headers, body, scripts, and test and settings. So we will be discussing these in details when we start development. So for now, all three required software has been installed, and in the next video we will be proceeding with the development and getting into depth with these softwares. So thank you for watching. Let me know in case of any queries in the comment section. Thank you.